Hey, it's Deanne here. How are you? Today, we are going to talk about the liver cleanse. Why you need a cleanse? Is this right for you? Everything you need to know about the cleanse. Does that sound good? All right, well, let's dive right in. The liver cleanse starts on March the 20th. That's the first day of spring. And sign up starts this Sunday in the afternoon. All right, so for those of you who do not know me, I am Deanne Newton. I am a functional medicine physician assistant and holistic nutritionist and functional nutrition and lifestyle coach. And I'm also owner of Newton Holistic Health. And I am passionate about helping people get to the root cause of their problems, specifically gut issues, so they can feel amazing again, have confidence, have freedom, and joy. So I love this cleanse because I had some issues. So when I first moved out to California back in 2000, a couple years later, I went to the dentist and they said, well, we're going to take out all of your mercury fillings. And I was like, okay, I guess. And it was really kind of early on when they were doing that. And when they did it, they did not use all of the things they need to use, like the dam. So I took in a lot of the mercury. And the next few months, the next years, I started to have a lot of issues, a lot of food intolerances, food allergies, just other issues. And when I went to an integrative medicine practitioner, she did some studies and she saw that my mercury level was off the charts. So I started to get IV therapy to get that mercury out. And it really opened my eyes to the amount of toxins and chemicals that we are exposed to on a daily basis. Doesn't matter how healthy you are, when you're walking around, there's problems with the air, with the water, with food, you are going to be exposed to things. So that's when I really got excited about cleanses. I would do everything I could throughout the year to be as healthy as possible, but then I would pick two times during the year where I'd really kind of punch it in and work a little bit harder, and I would feel so much better. And I've been doing this now for 10 years, and I've gotten such great results with my clients that I just keep it up. All right. So, did you know that the average woman uses at least 12 personal products a day? And that means everything from a lotion, toothpaste, deodorant, shampoo, all of those things. So, we are exposing ourselves to many chemicals. And the problem is a lot of these chemicals, we don't really know anything about them. There haven't been enough studies on them. So we don't know if they are carcinogenic, they can cause cancer, or if they're just going to mess up things in the body. So the stats from 2017, so that's still a long time ago, one in every 13 women is exposed to some kind of suspected carcinogen every single day. Wow, right? So the problem with these chemicals is that they can enter the body, and if they don't come out of the body, they can actually circulate and find a home somewhere in the cells, in the fat, in your organs. And that's the problem because then they start causing problems with your health. They don't allow your liver to function well. You can't get rid of the fat because of the chemicals that are inside of them. It starts to affect your hormones. So there's a lot of things that can happen because of these chemicals. So let's look at toxin exposure. Where does it come from? Because I know there's so many of you out there that are like, I'm healthy. I don't get exposed to toxins. Well, let me tell you, I thought that too until I actually did a test on what toxins were in my body. And it's amazing what things end up in there, and you have no idea how they got there. So, thanks to Monsanto and Roundup, we have insecticide and pesticide. And, your neighbors, farmers, I mean, people can be using these products. And when you're outside and breathing it in, you're going to get exposed to it. Plastics, there's plastics everywhere. Everything comes in plastic. So, it's really hard to stay away from that. Foods, there's sugar, there's genetically modified foods. Half of the time, you're eating foods that are genetically modified that you don't even know it. Cleaning products. I think it took us years to figure this one out. We all use the same cleaning products. They're underneath our sink and they are full of chemicals. Personal care products, makeup, the pollution in the air, prescription medications, over the counter medications, our water, our drinking water, and then alcohol. So these are all ways that chemicals can enter our body. And yes, we can usually break down these chemicals and get them out. But what happens is, depending on how much we are exposed to over time, it can slow down the body. The liver can get sluggish and it's not able to break these things down as well as it should. So they don't necessarily get out of the body. And that's when we have problems. So, chemicals, when they stay in the body, they can affect everything about our health, our mood, our mental functioning, if our memories, reproduction. Maybe you've thought about this or your friends that there's a lot of people out there that can't get pregnant these days. And it's because of all of these chemicals that are now accumulating in our bodies. Our libido, metabolic rate, ability to lose weight, digestive health, and of course, food cravings. So, all of these things are affected by chemicals. So, why should you detox? Basically, because we can't get away from these chemicals. And most of the time, we don't know if they're coming in and leaving the body or if they're staying in the body until it's too late, until all of a sudden we have all these symptoms or we get diagnosed with some disease. And then it's really a lot harder to fix. Let's be preventative. Let's prevent these diseases from happening, prevent all these symptoms from occurring. So, what we're going to try to do is slowly pull out some of these chemicals, but we have to make sure that our digestive system is working, our liver is working, we're having regular bowel movements, because that is the main way that we get the toxins out of our body. Now, we can get them out through breathing, through sweating, through urination, and then through pooping. So we have to make sure that all of those areas are working well in order to get them out, because we certainly don't want to pull them out and have them be circulating and not allow them to actually get out of the body. Does that make sense? So let's move into the liver, because the liver is an amazing organ. We don't talk about the liver enough. It has over 500 functions in the body, vital functions. And it is where we detoxify. It's our major detoxification organ. And what happens is if we're not treating our bodies well, if we're exposed to lots and lots of chemicals, then our liver can actually slow down. I call it congested or get sluggish. And then it can't function as well. It can't do the things it's supposed to do on a daily basis. It gets backed up, it slows down, and that is going to affect your overall health. And because so many of us are overburdened with all of these things, our liver does slow down. And there are some things that, some signs and symptoms that we'll take a look at that can tell you if your liver is not working well. But let's look at a few of the 500 roles of the liver. Filters the blood, pretty important. Detoxifies all chemicals, metabolizes drugs, makes bile. Makes the bile, sends the bile over to the gallbladder. As we eat, the gallbladder pushes bile out so we can actually digest fats. Super, super important. It makes proteins important for clotting. So if you get cut, and you have problems with clotting because your liver's not working, that's going to be a problem. Regulates hormones, our sex hormones. So a lot of times when we're having problems with menopause and things like that, it could really be the problem with the liver. Our thyroid hormones. So many women have hypothyroidism. There's also hyperthyroidism, but hypothyroidism is more common, and that can be all because of the liver. Our adrenal hormones, so our stress hormones. So if all of a sudden you're completely overburdened and you feel like you cannot handle stress, we have to look at the liver. So let me ask you a question. Let me check in and see, do you have any of these problems? Sinus problems. It can be a stuffy nose. It can be a runny nose, headaches, migraines, any kind of digestive issue, gas, bloating, constipation, IBS. Do you have problems with memory, foggy brain? Are you having problems sleeping? Can you not get to sleep at night? Or if you wake up in the middle of the night, is it difficult to get back to sleep? Do you just feel like you don't have enough energy? I hear exhaustion a lot from women. They get home and they just are absolutely exhausted and can't do anything. You have problems losing weight. You've got some extra weight around the middle and you just can't get it off. Or you're having those horrible cravings, usually sugar cravings, and they're just ruling your life. If you said yes to even one of these, this program will definitely benefit you. A cleanse would be a great solution for you. So let's look at some of the symptoms from overload of chemicals as well as liver dysfunction. And you're going to notice that there are a lot of what I just asked you about: headaches, hair loss, stuffy nose, nausea, bloating, constipation, food cravings, fatigue. We just went over all that. But look at the skin problems: acne, eczema, psoriasis, rosacea. When you have a backed up liver, you may notice that in the whites of your eyes, you may have some little brown spots or yellowish spots. You may have, if you have a lot of hyperpigmentation, the dark spots on your face. Again, back up in the liver. Weight gain, difficulty losing weight, difficulty sleeping, all of those things can be a sign that you have too many chemicals that are stuck somewhere in the body and it's affecting the way your liver is working. So let's take a look specifically at some things that affect the liver, because what I love to talk about with this liver cleanse is that we are going to try to take away some of the things that burden the liver. So alcohol. Alcohol has to be broken down by the liver, so that can be a burden. Sugar. Lots and lots of sugar. We now have something called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. We didn't even have that years ago. Now we're seeing that people who are on the standard American diet who eat lots of sugar, when they look at that person's liver, it is filled with fat. So there's not a lot of working cells in the liver. So they're just not as healthy. Fried foods, processed foods, extra weight, soft drinks, and Tylenol. You hear that all the time. People that have been taking Tylenol forever and ever, NSAIDs, nonsteroidal anti-inflammatories, can also cause issues with the liver because they have to be broken down there. So a liver cleanse can help pull out some of these chemicals and toxins, break them down and get them out of the body. And by doing that, you can then start feeling better. You can have more energy. Your hormones aren't imbalanced now. You can have better sleep. All of those things can happen just because your liver is functioning better and you're getting some of those stored chemicals out of the body. So I talk a lot about sugar cravings. So sugar cravings and the liver have everything to do with each other, because the liver is the reservoir for our energy. The liver stores and manufactures the glucose. We use glucose to make energy depending on the body's needs. So if your liver isn't working as well, if it needs more energy to function, it is going to cause sugar cravings. Now, sugar cravings can happen because of a lot of other issues too. Plain dehydration can be a problem, because when your body's dehydrated, again, your liver's having problems functioning and it thinks it doesn't have enough energy. So it sends signals to your brain to take in more energy, more fuel, more sugar. Low blood sugar, stress. We should know by now that stress just affects everything. It is number one root cause of gut issues for most people. Poor sleep. What do I mean by life deficiencies? This one is super important for sugar cravings. When we take in sugar, our brains release dopamine and serotonin. Those are our happy hormones. They make us feel good. But those are also the hormones that are released when we do something we love. If we are in an environment where we feel grateful and we're having fun and we're laughing. So if you're not doing those things, those natural things that make you laugh and make you happy, then you're not releasing those hormones. And it may come out as a sugar craving, because basically your body wants those hormones. So we always have to look at life deficiencies. And that is such an easy way to get rid of your sugar cravings. If you eat a lot of sugary foods, your body is used to releasing those hormones and it kind of becomes an addiction cycle, an addictive cycle where it just needs more and more and more. Mineral deficiencies, imbalance in microflora. The microflora is the good bacteria in the gut. If that gets really low, then something like yeast can overgrow, bad bacteria can overgrow. Yeast lives on sugar. So if you have yeast in your body more than you should have, you're going to be craving sugar like crazy when the yeast wants to eat. So I hope this all makes sense to you. So let's dive into this program. The liver cleanse can really help you, and this is what other clients have said, this is what I feel too. It helps with sugar cravings. It can definitely decrease your sugar cravings. It can take away a lot of your pain that you may have, joint pain, regular body pain. It can help your skin look better. It can help you be happier, more fulfilled, better energy. Your digestion may be working better and you may be more regular. And it can help with your sleep. So all of these things are really important to make you feel good, and things that people are so happy that they get back. Sometimes they don't even realize that they've had these issues until they feel so much better after the cleanse. So this cleanse is not like any other cleanse that you've either seen or heard of. And that is because there is a prep week. The reason I have that is because people are coming from all different areas of life with different health, with different chemical exposure, with, all different types of things. And so I want everyone to have an amazing result with this liver cleanse. So we have to make sure things are moving in the body. Like I said, I don't want to pull things out and then not be able to get rid of them. So this week is all about prepping your body for the cleanse. You decreasing your sugar levels, you decreasing your caffeine levels, and that will prevent these horrible headaches that will happen if you just do it quickly. We will also be making sure things are moving through your body. So you're regular. If you are already regular, we actually want you to probably be pooping 2 to 3 times a day to really be getting all of these things out. So we're increasing that with a supplement. We want you to be moving your lymph through your body. Now, the lymph, if you don't know, is like your garbage disposal system in the body. You probably heard of lymph nodes. So we have sections of lymph nodes in different areas of the body. And so dead cells, bacteria, viruses, stuff that we need to get rid of moves through the lymph system. So into the lymph nodes and then out. But there is no pump that is connected to the lymph. So it doesn't get pumped out of the body like our blood does with the heart. We actually have to move our body, or we have to massage our body. We have to move that lymph somehow. So this week, we are going to move the lymph through the body. Now, we also want to prepare your kitchen, get you ready for the cleanse. So there is a pantry purge where you go in and you can remove the foods that we don't want to burden your liver during the cleanse. If they're not in the house, then you're not going to eat them. There's also food staples. So it's great to start adding things into your kitchen, your pantry, your fridge, your freezer. I feel like I'm queen of the throw it together meal. I always have stuff in the house that I can just throw together some kind of amazing meal. So I want that for you as well. So that's what the food staples list is all about. So after this prep week, then we have 12 weeks where we're going to change your nutrition. Change what you're eating to not only help bring in more nutrition and more nutrients for the liver, but we're also taking away some of the things that burden the liver. Okay. Now you have options to take the supplements, or you don't have to. And you'll see that when you go to sign up. There'll be 4 different options for you to sign up. There's loads of yummy recipes, and it's a very step-by-step approach. You have a membership site that has all of the information. You can go over it on your own time in your house 24/7. And then we have 4 Zoom calls. So we have one prior to the prep week so we can answer all your questions and get you all ready. And then there's one in each week of the cleanse. And then you also have a Facebook group. So if things come up, if you want support from other people, if you want to celebrate what's been going on with you, you have the private Facebook group to do that in. And you will also receive daily emails with more information and some motivation. So that is what's covered in the cleanse. And it's really everything you need. It's all the tools that you need. If you have questions, I'm here. That's the great thing is you're going to have a PA slash nutritionist slash coach that's going to be with you every step of the way. So this is the perfect time for a cleanse. This is the changing of the seasons from winter to spring. Winter is kind of that season where we hold on to some fat. We're trying to stay warm. Now we want to open things up. We want to have this spring cleaning and clean things out of the body to get us ready for summertime. Shed those pounds, get you ready for summertime, for the bathing suits, the tank tops, the shorts. We want you to jumpstart your metabolism so you feel good and you have that energy so you can't complain about fatigue, and being exhausted anymore. So, what is your next step? Sign up starts this Sunday. I will be having something on my Newton Holistic Health page in Facebook, also in this group, The Glorious Gut, also YouTube, and also Instagram. And I will be sending out emails if you're on my email list. So you will have the link that you'll be able to click on to learn a little bit more and look over the options that you have for the liver cleanse. So the prep week starts Monday, March the 20th, and then the food portion starts 7 days later. So I want to open this up for some questions. And I do have some questions that people have been emailing me. So I definitely want to start with those. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing my screen. So if you are watching right now and you have some questions, then I will be able to see those. So you can go ahead and type those in right now, and then we can go over those. All right. So question number 1, how will I feel during the cleanse? This is a great question. And my answer is it depends. It depends on your health now. It depends on your liver health, how well things are moving through your body. But I will tell you that the majority of us that have gone through the cleanse will have a mild headache for 2 to 3 days. You may be a little low energy during those times. I often get a little bit of a breakout on my skin because I'm trying to actually detox through my skin. And then after that, I feel amazing. So I cannot tell you exactly how you're going to feel, but I would say that is most likely what it's going to be. Basically, you having a mild headache and having some low energy for 2 to 3 days. Okay. Next question. Can I take my regular supplements and prescriptions during the cleanse? Great question. I would say definitely you want to stay on all of your prescription medications. Absolutely. Now, it depends on what the supplements are, and you can ask me this personally. If you're on supplements that someone has put you on, they're high quality supplements, you need them, you feel good with them, then you can stay on them. However, they are burdening the liver a little. So if you have just gone to the drugstore or the grocery store and you've been buying things and you've been taking them and you're really not sure the quality of the supplements, I would recommend that you go off of the supplements for this 3 weeks. We can always have a conversation, or you can go right back on them after that. But that's why I'm here. We can go over specifics. You can tell me exactly what the supplements are, and I can give you a better answer for that. Okay. All right. What if I have a party or an event to go through during the cleanse? I love this one. I'm so glad that you asked this because this is what stops most people from doing this cleanse. This is what stops people from doing lots of things. And I don't want something like that to stop you from improving your health and feeling amazing. This cleanse is what you want to make it, okay? I'm recommending things, and then you do with it what you want. If you have an event, there's several options, and you just have to decide what's best for you. Number one, if you know where the event is, if you know the restaurant, you can get online, you can look at the menu, you can go over it with me if you'd like, but there's always going to be something that you can eat out that follows the cleanse. That's not going to be a problem. Now, if it's a potluck or something like that, then of course you can make something from the cleanse or some recipe that follows the cleanse, and you can take that. So then you'll definitely have something you can eat. And if you know it's a place like a Chuck E. Cheese or a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and there's not going to be something there, then you can certainly eat before you go to the event. You can have a full meal, and then you won't need to eat while you're there, which will also be a wonderful thing because then you can be more present when you're at the event. You can actually look at people and talk to them without, being doing two things at once, eating and talking. Or you can decide to take that night off of the cleanse and eat whatever you want. It's perfectly up to you. That is not going to ruin everything on the cleanse. So it's what you make it. Okay. But I don't want you to not do the cleanse because you have an event. Now, if you're on vacation the entire week and you know that you don't want to do this, then you can always push it off. You can do the cleanse at a different date. You won't have as much support around you. You won't have these live videos, but the videos will be taped and they will be up in the membership site. Okay. All right. Let's see. Do I have to cook everything at home? Another great question. You will probably get your best result if you cooked everything at home because you know exactly what you're eating. You know exactly what oil you're using and all of those things. However, you can easily eat out during this cleanse. Like I said, at most restaurants, you will be able to eat something off the menu. You may want to ask a couple of questions. If you really want to stick to the cleanse, ask them what they cook cook certain things in, but you do not have to cook everything while being on the cleanse. And in the membership site, I actually list specific soups, specific things that you can buy at Trader Joe's, Whole Foods that are perfectly fine. And it will also be a good way for you to learn how to read labels and look at the ingredients and decide what follows the cleanse, what's best for you. And again, I'm here if you have any questions. Okay. Couple more. What if I have food allergies or intolerances? Well, another great question. And I feel for you because I have them as well. So I know exactly what that's like. If you have specific food allergies and you're looking at a recipe on the site and it has a food in it, say tomatoes, that you're allergic to, then you can exclude that food. You can come to me, you can ask me what to do, or you can just cook something else. I do not want you eating anything that you have an intolerance or an allergy to. If you're having lots and lots of issues with foods that you can eat, then I would love to chat with you. There are specific recipes that I will probably steer you to that you may want to eat the majority of the time on the cleanse so we can actually heal your gut a little bit as well. All right, last one that I have from emails. And then if you have any questions, you can always type them in. Can I do the cleanse on my own time? And I actually mentioned this a little bit. You can definitely. This happens all the time because some people are on vacation during this time period. You will get the emails. You may just want to save all the emails and put them in a folder so then you can go back and look at them for each day. I will still be in the Facebook group, so you can always post whatever you need, any question that you have in the Facebook group, and I will answer your question. You can even email me. That's perfectly fine. We do record the Zoom calls. They will be up in the membership site, so you will be able to go back and listen to other people's questions, other people's issues, and if that helps, that will be perfectly fine. But you will have 3 months to do the cleanse at any point. Okay? Any other questions? Let's see. I don't see any questions here that anybody has typed in. So the cleanse is an amazing thing. That's all I'm going to say. We have loads of fun. It's a best way to kickstart your metabolism, to get you on track if you know that you haven't been eating as well as you'd like. And the important thing is it also includes a lot of lifestyle changes. You probably hear this from me a lot. It is not all about nutrition. Your health, your digestion, your gut health is not all about nutrition. It's also about what you do on a daily basis. And I kind of group all that into your lifestyle habits. So I will be, talking about different things for you to try. And I would love for you to try everything that I list to see what works for you, what you're happy doing, because those things are going to be what you're going to want to keep doing. People always ask me the time frame of this cleanse, and I never really want to give them an answer because even though the cleanse has a 1 week prep and then 12 weeks of nutrition changes, it continues on because if you're doing the supplements will last at least a month, if not longer. And I always recommend that the nutrition, the diet that you are eating on the cleanse is really 85% of your normal diet. You're just going to bring a few things back in and you're still going to be eating very similarly. And then these lifestyle changes. This is what makes the biggest difference for your health. This is what helps you continue to be healthy and keeps that balance inside of your body. So you feel good, you're thinking clearly, everything's working the way it should be. All right. So I hope that you will join us. It's going to be loads of fun. Again, it starts March the 20th. That's the first day of spring. And sign up starts this Sunday. You can always comment below and let me know that you're interested, but I will have the link set up in both my Facebook page, my Facebook group, Instagram, and YouTube, and emails. So you will find it. All righty. All right. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.